Metro Weather Watch, evening update for the Evansville metro area and surrounding tri-state communities, with meteorologist Nathan Kitchens.
Hello everyone, your evening update is brought to you by Vinny's Auto Detail. Spring is right around the corner. Hey, it'd be a great time to get that vehicle spruced up. Visit them in Evansville. They're located at 950 North Congress Avenue. Give Donnie a call at 812-471-4900 and tell them that Metro Weather Watch sent you. We're going to start off this evening by actually taking a look back to 2 years ago, February 2015. During this time, we actually had winter storm warnings in place across the area. We were preparing for what would be an epic snowstorm across a good chunk of the area. This is looking at snowfall totals when that storm ended on February 16th, again, 2015. We had about 7 inches in Evansville, but look how much snow fell just south of the area, or just south of Evansville. Just widespread totals here across western Kentucky, southern Illinois, and southeast Missouri of 10 to 12 inches of snow, and even higher than that. A total of 14 inches there just north of Paducah, and actually 15 inches here in southeast Missouri. So this was just an epic snowstorm across the area. And I think what's so interesting about this storm was that the models had originally had this system way off to the south. In fact, there were winter storm watches for parts of central Alabama and Mississippi and parts of Tennessee. But however, as we got closer, it was only about a little under 30 hours before the first flakes started falling here. The models significantly shifted northward with that storm track, and our area went from really a forecast of very little snow to a big-time snowstorm. And it's amazing how in that short time before the storm hit us, that the models dramatically shifted the storm northward. It was it was really fun as a snow lover that night, looking at all the models come in and seeing all the models show a big snowstorm for our area, kind of at last minute. It was pretty impressive, that's for sure. It just goes to show you how with the models, you have to take models long range with a grain of salt, because even when we're so close to an event, you can still have big changes in the model computer models. And this is a perfect example of that here with this storm that we had 2 years ago. And that storm was just the beginning of what was a frigid, and I mean frigid, second half of February. We had several occurrences with lows getting below zero across parts of the area. This was the same setup where parts of eastern Kentucky had lows of around -20 during this time. In late February, it was just absolutely incredibly cold. But it's amazing how this year we're going to be talking about record warmth with highs getting up to the 70s during the same time. It's amazing this time of year how different our weather can be. We can have really all kinds of weather this time of the year, that is for sure. But this year, on the whole other extreme of things, it's all about the warmth and lack of snow. There is no snow in this forecast. Okay, so we're going to take a look here at a picture that Shirley Cook sent us of the daffodils starting to bloom. They're in Hartford, Kentucky. I live just north of the tri-state in central Indiana, and even mine are coming up. They aren't blooming yet, but they're definitely up off the ground and very noticeable. It's amazing how early things are getting started here with this warm winter we've had. And this is before we're going to have what will be an incredibly warm stretch of weather coming in over the next week, but near record highs on a daily basis from this weekend through the middle and even late part of next week. Shirley Cook, thank you for sending us a picture in, and any of you guys out there who have want to take pictures of any buds on your trees or blooms showing up, just snap a picture and send them to us if you want. We appreciate it. Take a look at temperatures over the next several days. It's going to be the big story. We're going to see a nice warm-up. We had cooler temperatures today, but goodness, it was sunny. Highs in the upper 40s. That's still great weather for February, given how cold it can be this time of the year. Thursday, tomorrow, we're going to see a nice warm-up. We're going to see temperatures in the morning actually below freezing. Tomorrow morning will be the last morning below freezing in a very long time, I can tell you that much. But we're going to see that really nice recovery tomorrow, but high 57. I could see us getting a little warmer than this. In fact, most model data has us in the low 50s, but we've already adjusted that number just because of the fact that the models do tend to underestimate our highs in these warm air advection setups. So we're going 57, but it wouldn't completely shock me if we even hit 60 tomorrow. We'll see. But Friday will definitely be well into the 60s. We're going 66 for the high. 60s this weekend. Saturday could be a touch cooler just because we're going to have a little more cloud cover around. And there may be a few showers across portions of the area as well, especially south of the river. But then Sunday we're back to some sunshine and dry weather, but highs near 70. And then Monday, I think we go into the 70s, and really Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be right around that 70-degree mark with temperatures very close to our records. So pretty incredible warmth on the way. All right, so let's look at precipitation chances. We'll just kind of go forward here in the GFS computer model. And I got to tell you, precipitation chances are not too great, really, over the next really 5-6 days, chances look fairly low over our area. So we're not looking at a lot of precipitation, at least through the short and medium range of this forecast. So Thursday and Friday are dry, but lots of sunshine. A little bit breezy as well, but we're dry. The only question mark in the forecast comes our way on Saturday. This upper level low over Mexico is going to come out and move across the southern U.S. Finally, as we go into Saturday night, and you can see a few showers across portions of the area showing up here on Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. So I think the best chances will be across the southeast half of the area, but there will be that chance for a few showers. But again, I do not think this is going to be any kind of wash out of a day by any stretch of the imagination. I would not cancel any outdoor plans on Saturday. Overall, it's going to be a pretty nice day. Just be aware there will be the chance of a few showers developing over portions of the area, especially if you're south of the Ohio River on Saturday. And then Sunday looks dry. We're going to have surface high pressure controlling our weather with dry weather and warming conditions in the upper 60s, and we stay warm most of next week. Let's kind of take a look at how the models are showing our weather situation next week. Overall, our dry weather is going to really try to hang tough. We have a system trying to come at us Monday night and Tuesday, but see how we're really kind of in between two areas of low pressure, one moving by off the Great Lakes, another one that kind of skirts down to the south. Basically, this upper level ridge is going to help keep that system suppressed down way off to the south towards the Gulf of Mexico. We have another low pressure moving by to our north late Wednesday into Thursday. Again, a few shots here of precipitation Tuesday and Wednesday, but we're going to stay mainly dry, I think, the way things are trending right now. So chances of rainfall aren't looking too great, but we'll keep an eye on this as we get closer. But certainly plenty of dry weather next week to enjoy the warm temperatures. And going through the end of next week, I think the time frame we need to watch for a bigger storm and a storm system of more interest will be towards the end of next week and into the following weekend. This is a storm that's been showing up quite a long time on the signal analysis that I've been looking at, and it's interesting to see this showing up on the models. You know, we get a big warm up ahead of this storm, and this could be a storm system that could produce severe weather chances, depending on how much moisture we get up into the area. But of course, with this being so far out, you have to take the models with a grain of salt. But there is that risk, I think, of a bigger storm, say the end of next week into next weekend, and this is a storm system that could produce potentially some severe weather. Of course, we'll be in that warm sector, so that would certainly mean our area could be in the area of concern for some severe weather. But, you know, with it being this far out, you know, it's just something we need to watch, but don't get too concerned yet. But it is something I would definitely try to keep in the back of your mind as we get closer, and we'll continue to monitor this. As we go into next weekend, this will be around the 25th, 26th of the month, a decent front run that comes through the area behind that low pressure. We'll get some cooler air trying to come down, but nothing too crazy showing up. I did promise you this morning I would show you some of the longer range data, what it's showing. This is looking at the recurrent Rossby wave analysis, looking at temperatures over the next several weeks. And it's still picking up on that idea after our big warm up here over the next several days, picking up on the idea of some cooler air to end the month of February, and then cooler temperatures perhaps extending into the first part of March. But then there are signs of a major warm-up here by the time we get to the second half of March. So I do think there is potential for some cooler air towards the very tail end of this month, but probably more so in March. The first half of March, I think, does have some cooler risks. I'm not saying it's going to be anything brutally cold or Arctic cold. That it's not. I do not see any signs of that. Just some cooler weather for a while. Certainly it will be cooler, a lot cooler compared to what we're going to see this next week. So we'll see how that pans out. So it does look like winter's going to try to make a little bit of a fight back here, perhaps, before perhaps true spring takes hold later on in March. So at least it is good to see the model still showing warmer temperatures returning towards the late part of March, which will be very nice. But anyway, again, a very warm forecast here over the next several days. It's just going to be the big story here for a while, these incredibly warm temperatures. Be sure to get outside and enjoy it. This is just very unusual for late February to get extended periods of with temperatures this warm. So be sure to enjoy it. Thanks for watching your evening update, and we'll keep it here to Metro Weather Watch for the very latest.